Hello, everybody. This is Coach Rogers here with the Career Coach Talk Show. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is yet another entry into our interview series. We have an amazing global influencer with us today. We have Miss Lumbie Mlambo. I can't wait to bring her on so she can tell you about all the wonderful things that her and her organization is doing. Now, let me introduce you to a little bit more information about Lumbie. Now, Lumbie is a mother, a wife, and graduate of Indiana University of South Bend, as well as Texas Women's University. She is a philanthropist, a TEDx volunteer, and is an active advocate for clean water and empowerment of women and youth. She was born originally in Zimbabwe, but has moved to the United States since 1985. Lumbie is the president and CEO of JB Dondolo Incorporated, which is a nonprofit which helps underserved and impoverished communities who struggle with the lack of clean water. Her organization removes the barriers with access to clean water. Lumbie is extremely passionate about equipping women and youth with the knowledge and skills that they need to become effective in their communities. In 2019, the United Nations Association of the Dallas chapter nominated and selected her for the UN Global Leadership Award in the area of clean water and sanitation. Also, each year, Lumbie hosts an awards gala to raise funds for JB Dondolo WASH program. That's water, sanitation, hygiene projects, and to honor the change makers in the community. Yours truly, Rogers Veen, Coach Rogers Veen, the MD Self, has been a recipient of this gala, and we were honored, and we are definitely honored to bring her to you today. I bring to you the awesome and amazing Miss Lumbie Mlambo. Hey, Lumbie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing fine, doing fine. It's so good to have you on the show with us today. I was able to tell people all about you, you and your global reach. You know, one things I did not tell them yet, which I will tell them now, is that you are an expert programmer on top of all of this. You can write the code to change companies' dreams.
That's true. That's very
You
true.
know,
I
so
remember
I mean,
that.
there's all these skills, and you also have Equanimity Magazine as well, you know, which you've also allowed me to be featured in as far as my writing. So I want to thank you for that as well.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having me on here. And yes, I used to have the magazine before, and yes, we did feature you.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be really, really fun. And, yeah, so I'm excited to be here today. Very excited. Yeah.
Awesome. So here at the Career Coach Talk Show, we like to jump in with both feet. We're going to jump in and just start firing away and start kind of giving people some of the information that they need. We've talked to a lot of people about today's new normal and how they're
Mm-hmm.
going about, making the adjustments and pivots and continue to move forward in a successful fashion. So my first question to you, Ms. Global Influencer, is how has COVID affected you and your business, and how are you being able to successfully move forward?
Oh, wow. To be honest with you, I think it's affected just about everyone's businesses, not just mine. But it's how you move forward, it's how you think. Whatever puts you down should allow you to think on your feet fast enough, and very quickly, because your business has to thrive. So in our case, for JB Dondolo, the charity, we've been able to re-strategize and think about how we can survive going forward with a digital platform. So everything is online because everybody's online. Everybody is using their, handhelds, laptops, you name it. That's where you find everybody. So it gave us an opportunity to come up with a better strategy where everybody can find us and where we can connect with everybody else and find ways to raise funds, not just by being at a physical location. So it's working for us for now. We're loving it. We're connecting more and more often via social media, via email, and via the website, and it's working.
It's awesome. So help me understand what drives you, what keeps you inspired to continue moving forward, even with the limitations that we're dealing with right now. What's your fire?
My fire is knowing what's on the other side and not knowing what's on the other side at the same time.
Oh, wow.
It's like you can say fear of the unknown and at the same time excitement of the future and the unknown. Because I mean, we can't just sit around and just live in fear. We have to be hopeful and trust God, with everything. So I put my trust in God, and I know that if I believe that the future will be better, and I believe that I can get up and do something, and I can change someone's life, I can make someone's life better. That to me gives me hope, because there are a lot of people out there that need our help. But if we're sitting around and not getting out there to help them, then we're not doing much to help the world. That's how we're going to get out of this whole mess.
You said something that kind of struck me a little bit, because first you said, to knowing, what inspires you is knowing what's on the other side. So I caught that. I said, okay, yeah, what's on the other side, you know why you're doing this. But then at the same time, you say not knowing what's on the other side. I'm like, okay, whoa.
Yeah.
So it's the dichotomy of that, of those two elements that I think is what throws some people off. It's some people's like, well, you gotta go do it because you know it's on the other side, and sometimes you don't know. but it's the desire to do it anyway.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the trust factor I think that you're bringing into play here, is that you trust in the higher power to bring to fruition what you're trying to do, whether it happens in the way that you originally thought it would, or if it happens in a different manner, which I know you've experienced. I know that for a fact that you've experienced in your entrepreneurial journey. So that's a very powerful point.
You said it better than myself. So that's exactly it. Yeah.
So do you believe that people can continue to stay successful in their businesses, during COVID? Is that something that you believe in?
I do believe that they can stay successful, but I think it's going to take a lot of guts, to really say, it's going to take a lot of you believing in God that He can get you out of this. But not just believing in God, but also doing the work. Because you cannot just believe that something is going to happen. You have to put the amount of the effort and the love. That level of effort has to be really, really high. That's what I've noticed. That we're working harder now, but at the same time, we're trusting in God that He's going to lead us to, the right path, His path. Not everything is going to work. Not all the entrepreneurs are going to make it. And maybe that's what it's meant to be. We just don't know.
Right. So tell us about your organization. What are some of the highlights and achievements that your organization has achieved in providing clean water and inspiration for women and youth?
Well, especially now during the COVID-19, we started a campaign, a competition called Music for Water. That was started by one of the board members, Beatrice Davis. I give you credit for that, because I think it's a brilliant idea. And since then, other board members like Rachel Svetanoff, Rhonda Bowen, and myself as well, we've kind of all jumped in, to kind of help each other. And I think just working together with all kinds of people, we've come up with a way to sustain ourselves, but not just ourselves, but to also help in the community, like the Navajo Nation, for example. So the Music for Water actually benefits the Navajo Nation in the US because they don't have water. Imagine at this time of COVID-19 when nobody has water, when we're saying to people, wash your hands and wash your hands thoroughly throughout the day, and someone has no water. So we decided that instead we're going to provide like hand sanitizers and disinfectants so that they also have a way to clean their hands and stay safe.
So how many gallons of water have you provided in some of the impoverished communities around the world?
Around the world, we've provided, I want to say, for example, in Zimbabwe, before COVID-19, we had installed the system, a clean water system. They didn't have the clean water system before, but this water system actually supports a community of more than 20,000 people. So, yeah. So at the clinic itself, where we install the water system, it supports the school nearby that has like 100-something students, 114, 120 students, and also supports the hospital. And a big tank that's supposed to last for 4 days, it only lasts for 1 day. So imagine how much water is being pumped and how many people are going to the hospital seeking help and drinking the water and using the water, being hospitalized and using the water. So yeah, I can't really put it in numbers other than just say the hospital supports 20,000 people. I can't put that in gallons because I wouldn't know how to do it.
I don't think I even want to begin to start with 7 gallons. That's, but the fact
Yes.
that the number of people, just that one project alone is amazing, and you've already,
Yeah.
done that, not just there, but in other places even pre-COVID. So just, man, that's
All right.
awesome. So what are some of the challenges that you guys have been facing pre-COVID in your business, in your efforts to provide this water, and some of the work that you're doing with the ladies and the youth as well?
Right. So the challenges that we've had for quite some time are like if you're like a new nonprofit charity
Mhm.
doing work internationally, it's really hard for people to trust you and believe that you're sending money where you're saying you're going to send it.
Mm.
Especially when you're collecting money or funds to buy something and you're saying you're helping people in Africa,
Mhm.
they think that you're using it for something else.
Mm.
So that's always been a challenge. And so providing that clean water system in Zimbabwe was by far the hardest thing, because it took a lot of people to believe in us, to believe that that's where the money was going, or that's where when we said we're going to install a system, we're actually getting a water system and installing it.
Mhm.
So when we installed it and showed people that that's what we did, people kind of believed it. They kind of had that trust in us. But it's not that we're working in Africa
That first
only.
big project is what kind of helped people open up and say, okay, the money that they got, they actually are using that for, and then it got a little bit easier to get money after that.
Yes. Not really easier, because then after that, we're hit with COVID-19.
Ah,
So,
wow.
so it's like
Yeah,
storm
God.
after storm, it's a
Mhm.
different kind of storm this time, but people don't have money right now. They don't have any funding. So we had to also think of ways to fundraise, for our nonprofit. So instead of asking people for money, now we ask people to become agents, to become an agent of change as well. If you know what we believe in, if you understand our message, and you can carry it forward as well, and, be the agent. Don't wait for us to be there. Wherever you are, you know, pretend like we're there too, because you're going to stand for what we believe in. We're going to share our message with people, and you're going to help people there, support themselves.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. On a personal level, you're a wife, you're a mother, you have, a personal life as well, but that COVID has affected. So extended family as well, globally, actually, just not just here, but also in Africa. So how has COVID affected your ability to stay connected to your family and friends and those that you care about?
I can't believe I haven't seen my family since February.
Hmm.
Like family that does not live with me in the same house,
Mm-hmm.
family that is so close, but because some of us, I consider myself an at-risk person because
Mm-hmm.
I have like pre-existing conditions.
Right.
So because of that, I try to stay away from other people. And my other family members also are going through the same thing because they have pre-existing conditions,
Mm-hmm.
and they're at-risk type people. So
Mm-hmm.
they stay away from me as well. So because of that, we don't really see each other. I mean, like in person, but at least we do things like Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
Skype. That's how we see each other. But we live not that far from each other, but we don't really see each other at all.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
A lot
affected
of people are
us.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But everybody understands that it's for our own lives, it's for our own benefit, for
Mhm.
our own health.
Well,
So
hopefully that's really short-lived. That's
I
I
hope so.
also the same thing here. I've seen my family more digitally than I have face to face over the past several months. So hopefully that
Yeah.
could be something that doesn't last too much longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, so people are sharing that. So right quick, I know that you have a lot of milestones that you have achieved at this point with your efforts in your business and even back with the magazine and everything.
Mhm.
Is there a particular moment that was like, that's like extremely impactful that really was like one of your larger milestones that was extremely significant for you in this path? Because I know the career path for entrepreneurs, especially those of us who are transitioning from the day-to-day 9 to 5 into doing this type of work closer to full time can be, tasking. So was there something that happened significantly that really, that you really look back to and say, I'm proud of that particular moment?
Yes. When I started the magazine called Equanimity, I
Mm-hmm.
was really proud of myself. I'd never done anything like that before.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to be known by a lot of people. And I was just getting a lot of people contacting me. Till today, people still contact me and asking to be written and asking to be on the cover. But I discontinued it because, not everything can last forever. It
Mm-hmm.
just became very cumbersome and very busy. And I didn't have the resources and the capacity. And it was one of the things I had to let go. But I really, really did love it a lot, a lot. That's one thing I take pride in, and
Mm-hmm.
I talk about a lot. But from that, then came the Equanimity Awards. If you think about how many people have honored, including yourself, right?
Right.
The Equanimity Awards really, people loved that event. But, it's like now that the magazine does not exist,
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to align ourselves, like with the charity itself, JB Dondolo. We're trying to come up with an event that aligns closely with JB Dondolo,
Mm-hmm.
with what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sad to say that we'll no longer call it the Equanimity Awards. It's going to be called something else like Voices for Water Awards.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's actually going to be a lot better than the Equanimity Awards, in my opinion. Because of the message behind that. I mean, it speaks for itself. Voices for water. It just speaks for itself. We'll still continue, awarding people and recognizing people in the communities, but it's going to be more strategic this time, in that people would actually nominate someone, for an award and do it online, and there's going to be so much visibility, with this one. So I kind of like it this way because it's going to be carried like internationally
Mm-hmm.
and also streamed live internationally. So it's bigger than the Equanimity Awards. That's one thing I like about it. And the partners that have
Mm-hmm.
come on board for this, I think it's going to be a lot bigger than the Equanimity Awards. Yeah.
So, what is, like, you run a magazine and you've run a major awards gala for years. What is something, one of the main things that you learned while doing these things? Because a lot of people out there want to do something similar to you, what you're doing. I mean, you run a nonprofit, you've had a magazine for years, you've had a major event that you've had several people from all walks of life, and that has high media coverage and everything. So, what is something that you've learned that you would like, if someone wanted to do one or two things that you've done, what would you tell them? What kind of advice would you provide?
Yeah. I learned to listen to people. When
Mm-hmm.
people say something and they criticize you, you shouldn't be angry at all. But sometimes you also have to be careful. People criticize you because they don't want you to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say something bad and say, well, stop doing this because and say something really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You should be wary of the people that you connect with. Connecting with the right people that would advance your cause or advance your event or whatever you're doing is the best thing. And don't underestimate the people that you feel like cannot help you at all, because the people that you underestimate most of the times are the ones that would help you.
Oh, wow.
That's one thing I learned. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Don't always count on people, connect with people that have lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times, those won't help you
Mm.
at all. That's one thing I've learned.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I can understand that. So, tell us how to find you. What's your website? How can people connect with you? Where are you on social media?
Yes. So people can find me on jbdondolo.org.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have that Music for Water, where we're looking for musicians to submit their songs for a chance to win a one-time distribution deal with an
Oh, wow.
international,
A
yes,
distribution deal.
yeah, with an international record label.
Oh my
So we're
God.
looking, yeah.
You can live with that.
I know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a really, really big deal. We have like we're giving away 5 to 5 musicians a one-time distribution deal. Can you imagine? All you have to do is submit your song online. That's all you have to do to win.
So, what's your social media links?
So it's okay. JB Dondolo. Mm-hmm. Everything is at JB Dondolo for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then www.jbdondolo.org /music for water. One word, music for water.
Is there any email addresses you guys typically use as well?
Email address info@jbdondolo.org.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Wow.
Thank you. That's exciting.
I did not know about the 5, one-time distribution deals. I'm gonna have to, we get more people knowing about that for sure.
Oh yeah. We need a lot of musicians to submit a song because we're looking for a song that for our charity. We're looking for a charity song. So who has a song for us? And all we're saying is that you're gonna win. We have a chance of winning a record label, a record deal. Distribution deal.
You never know, and you never know where that can take you. So
you never know. Yeah, internationally, not just one area. Internationally.
That's amazing. So I'm going to ask you my last question. This is a question that we ask all of our guests here at Career Coach Talk, and that question is, if you were to boil down your message, your thought, what would you want to leave this audience with? What is something, a thought, understanding, something that's illuminated your world? What do you want to leave the Career Coach Talk audience with today?
The message I have is, believe in yourself and have faith in God, and know that if you put work to whatever you set out to do, you will succeed at what you set out to do. Don't give up too soon. When the going gets tough, keep pushing and just keep trying. In other ways, don't stop when the bird gets tired. Stop only when you get tired. Because otherwise the bird is going to eat you away alive. And just keep pushing and you will get there. Just know that you're not alone when you in whatever you do. Know that you're not the first one to do that. There are so many people doing the same thing, trying, and all of us are trying. You're not alone. We are all trying. Just keep trying.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. That's an awesome message. And
thank you
so much for being on the show with us today. We loved having you here today.
Thank you so much for having me on here. I'm really excited. I wish you much success. I've seen your shows, so I'm really excited. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching the show today. This is Coach Rogers with Career Coach Talk here with the international influencer, Miss Lumbie Mlambo. And thank you guys for watching. Go to jbdondolo.org. Check our website out. Give. Also, for the music artists out there, go ahead and take this opportunity to submit your song. You never know where it's going to take you. So thank you guys for watching, and we see you next time here on Career Coach Talk. You guys have an awesome day. Thank you for watching today's episode of Career Coach Talk. Are you ready for your next professional version of yourself? Come visit us at mdself.com. Schedule your free consultation or reach out to us via email at coach@mdself.com.